Good day, this is Patrick from TSHFX Institute, and today I just want to give you guys an update on the indices on Nasdaq, US500 and US30. So right here we are having Nasdaq on the 4-hour time frame, as we're having a peak formation at this area, which was our M formation, and then we had the first push, and then the market came to this area, gave me a setup, 3 hits to the high, and then dropped as the second push, and you can see the last push the market broke out of this area. So you can see right here on Nasdaq what we are having a reversal back into this zone. Why are we having a reversal back into this zone? Let me go on a smaller time frame so we can see what's happening here. So we can see right here it's kind of like a head and shoulder pattern. This is our shoulder, it's our head, and this is our shoulder. So we call it an outside structure. Outside structure. Let me show you why we call it outside structure. It's because you can see we have traders trapped here on the outside structure. We have traders trapped here, and this is what we also call our peak formation. So this is the low of the week, our peak formation, and I missed a few entries right here, but then I waited for the market. I think it was on Friday. On Friday I got a nice setup, and I took the trade somewhere around here up to this area. So the market is at a key level, so we have to see how the market open. If we get a setup, we will be able to execute on this trade. So we have levels here. This is also a level we will have to watch. Perhaps market can come to this level, or the market can reverse and come to these previous zones. So we will have to see what happens. So let me go deep into the chart so I can show you how I took my entry. So as we can see, actually these are 6 days of rise from the peak formation low. Yes, it's 6 days of rise from the peak formation low. So we have our first push, and then we have our second push, and then we have our third push. So this is where I took my entry, and I saw the market break this zone. I knew that there were momentum. You can see when the market broke out of this zone, you can see we had momentum right here. Let me put it this way. Okay, this was the previous high, and we can see we broke on the previous high, and this was also a breakout confirmation that there were momentum to the upside, and this was my target. Yeah, this was my target. So I took his trade. Let me see if I have a few flashcards on this trade. Do we have a few flashcards on this trade? So yeah, this is where I took my entry. This is how I took my entry. Took my entry right here at this point. So we can see I managed my trade very, very well, and need to still see if I can find a setup. See if I can find a nice setup. Okay, I found a setup. So actually this was the before, and then you can see I took my entry right here at the close of this candle. The market came back to this area, and then the market went up, hit my target, and still the market went up. So let me see how the results went. I think I still have another flashcard here. So this was the result. Actually, we can see that this trade went into profit, and you can see it reached my take profit here, and we are still holding into a few trades. So this was Nasdaq. So we want to see now where Nasdaq is going. Let me see we go into, we close this. So we're gonna go to our next topic, which is our Asian range. Our Asian range, so you might be wondering, what are these boxes for? These boxes are actually the Asian session of each and every day, and I also use it to count my days. So it's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So you can see from Monday we had a nice pattern here. You can see from Monday's accumulation zone, from Monday's accumulation zone, this was Monday's accumulation zone. And let me just get back into full screen, and we can see we are having this kind of setup. It's a accumulation zone, and then the market came to this area, gave us a stop hand, and still on the third day the market gave me another stop hand low, and then the market shoot back up. So you can see this is also one of our trades that we took. So let me show you what kind of setup is this. The setup is like this. For example, I'm having this is my accumulation for the week. So usually what the market does is the market come out of this range, then the market give me 25 to 50 pips pullback. It depends on the range, and then get my second leg, and then you can see the market shoot up. This is a kind of setup. So we manage this trade very well. So we will see what the market is going to give us. So let's go to our EMA. Our EMA, we use the 50 and the 200 as to see whether we are in an uptrend or a downtrend, and it also helps us to find peak formations. So the white moving average is a 200 and the blue moving average is a 50. So we can see whenever we get peak formation, we will get a cross, 5200 cross, and then we know that our peak formation is locked in. So here we can see our peak formation has been locked in, and from this day it was the first day of rise from the peak that was locking, second day of rise, and the third day of rise. So we can see here. So how we got this trade also, if you go into my previous video, you will see there is a part where I say that when the market give me a peak formation low and a 5200 cross, the market will come to these moving averages and then bounce back up into the range. So we can see here we had a bounce into the 50, and then the market shoot up, and here we can still see we have two bounces on the 50 and the market shoot up. So this could have been our entry, but we waited for the market to break this zone so we can take an entry to the upside. So let's go into, you can see if we go into US30, if you go into US500, which is S&P 500, if we start on the 4-hour time frame, we can see here it's the same as Nasdaq. So the same strategy that you use on Nasdaq, you can also apply it on the S&P 500. You can see it's the same move. Even if we go on the 15-minute time frame, you can see it's just the same move. So we can use this one also, put it on our watch list. Then we know that we can profit from the Nasdaq 100 and also the US 500. So let's go to the US 30. To the US 30, you can see that here this is our old setup. We were in a downtrend, but still I took a few trades because I trade zone to zone, and you can see like my profit were not here, it was at this zone where I took profit. So it's a scalp trade where I went into the market for a short period of time, and then profit from the short period of time. And you can see from my entry, just consolidated a little bit, and then the market shoot up right to my take profit. So here on the 4-hour time frame, we can see we also have our peak formation low, which is also locked on US30. And you can see here we have our zones where the market can tend to go to, or where the market can reverse. So if you go on the 15-minute time frame, you can see on US30, this was I took an entry here on US30. Let me check if I can find the setup. So this was my setup on US30. You can see this was my entry and this was my stop loss. So this was my target. So if we go on the chart, we will be able to see that you can see my take profit has been hit and still the market is going up. So we're managing our trades, we are trailing our stop loss. So let's see what happens in the market. So you can see here, if I bring this up, you can see on the Nasdaq 100 and on the US500, we can see that here this is our previous daily low, previous daily high, previous weekly high, previous weekly low. So these are big zones. This is where you will also get entry, and this is also places where the market makers put their trap zones. So this was actually a very good week. We waited for the right setup. So I can see Nasdaq and US500, they are gaining momentum to the upside. There you can see that there are buyers coming into the market. Buyers are interested, so buyers are pushing the market up. So it's, for us, it's good. So you can see there's a lot of momentum here. You can see when we're in a downtrend, you can see we had lots of momentum to the downside, and here where we're in an upturn, we can see we have lots of momentum to the upside. So for this week, we need to have a few things. We need to have a daily action plan. You don't need a massive game plan for the day. What you need is a simple action plan that will allow you to focus on your attention. You can focus on 3 things that you need to accomplish for the day, and it's all about priorities. So work on few things which will allow you to make a big impact. We also have to set deadlines. If you want to be more productive and effective, then you need to work to a schedule. You have to give yourself a chance to focus and do what needs to be done within a certain time frame. The good news is that you get to choose that time frame. So getting into the habit of starting and finishing projects within a reasonable time frame, then you can move into the next task or project with a clear mind and fresh outlook. So that's my advice for you guys. So let's see how the market is going to move. We are still pushing, and we are going to give more content each and every day or each and every week. We'll see, whenever we get nice setups, we will be able to record a video and show you how this setup presented and how you can learn from these kind of setups, and then you can become a master at entry. Let me share the last thing here. Last thing that I want to share here is this. You can see this is an indicator which gives me a nice previous weekly highs and lows and the daily highs and lows. So for us, it's also very important because these are key areas that we want to see in the market. So as for me, we are going to see how this week is going to plan out, and then we will record another video soon on the update of Nasdaq 100 US30 and also US500. So don't forget to subscribe to this page and to like and hit the notification bell for more updates. That's from me, Patrick, from TSH FX Institute. Thank you.